Hey guys, it's Keelan. I was gonna do a quick recap of our past couple of wars, and kind of get you a look at what we got lined up for this next one. It's a doozy. But anyway, what are we even working on now? Six in a row. That's we've been up against some clans that have just been kind of junk, um, and these kind of the boring sort of pushover wars. Um, but anyway, two wars back, we had this one, and you can see this is one of those deals where they couldn't three-star any of our bases above 13. It actually got me with Zayden with a valk spam quad quake crap attack, I think. But other than that, I mean, they didn't three-star anything other than an 8.5. I mean, just a really bad match. We got everything but their top base, which was a pretty heavy uh, town hall 10. Um, big base. But taking a look at who had good war. Um, let's see. We didn't have a ton of 6-star wars because we had so many hits that didn't. They were kind of practice. um, at some point, Vladdy had a 6-star war. Let's see who else. I did with Zayden with my cleanup. Neo missed 6 stars by 1% on his first attack, and then jumped up 3 spots higher and smashed that base. David was really close as well. Money 2%. Caleb had a 6-star war. I think this one might have been Caleb's first Town Hall 9 war. And Q had 6 stars. I mean, we did a really good job cleaning quick. And then the Town Hall 8. Actually, Lamb had, let's see, this was the war where Blurry was, he went to the hockey game, I think, so he wasn't able to get his hits in first or early. And so we assigned his targets, and actually Lamb Jr. He took out 21 and 22. So he got a 6-star war. Mad Jr. did a good job for us. Omar, who we booted right after his attacks, he got a 6-star war, but whatever. And then dumb idea, of course, cleaning the bottom couple bases. Let's see. Which ones was it? I was going to take a look real quick at 2 attacks. First one was Nereus on number 5. This is just a really cool read on the base. Gabolo. I'm going to speed up the funnel here for a second. Quad Quake. Golem with a baby dragon to kill the queen. Put a hog in there with the golem to try to beat through that cannon faster. But the rest of it, just setting up this funnel. Second golem comes in. But now that he's quad quaked where he did, notice he still has 2 poisons. Since he quad quaked where he did, he can get to all 4 of the air defenses with his bowlers and his queen. Like I said, brought still a double poison, and he's going to use all of his spells on his kill squad. Bowlers almost ate it right there, but a couple of them I think did. A couple of them went down, but the others notice the rocks skipping over top of the town hall, and they hit the air defense on the other side. All air defenses are down, and here come the loons. Just targeting a couple loons per defense. Just an awesome attack. Very, very neat. I love, I don't know. It seems like Warriors has the ability to read these bases in a way that I can't. Kind of frustrating actually, because I feel like I suck sometimes when it comes right down to it. But just really great read on this base. The rest of it's all just clean up. He does have some air skeletons that are like humping his balloons and stuff, but it's not going to matter in the long run. He's got a minion coming in to help the balloons out by killing the air skeletons. Wizard gets down there as well. And all is well, all is done. Great attack. The other one I wanted to take a look at was Vladdy's attack on. Um, it was a cleanup attack. Where did it go? On number. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a cleanup attack. It was his first attack on number 6. Let's see. Blurry had. Nereis hit Blurry's target. Jets was late, I think. Something came up for him and he wasn't able to get in early. I think our call or our plan for this war was to go 2 above mirror, hit 2 above your mirror. Nereis was on hold, and since Blurry wasn't available, went ahead and put Nereis on Blurry's target. But this attack was cool, just because it was a traditional Go La Loon. You like to kind of look at something different than just the standard Gaboho that we run so well so often. Kind of like to look, whenever I'm doing these recaps, I like to look at stuff that's a little different and not necessarily our norm. Although for Nereis, Gabolo is becoming a lot more his norm. Great opening, gets funneled down perfect, and look at where he's going to put his jump spell. Spans those walls and is able to connect over to the queen compartment and that second air defense compartment. He's going to take out the clan castle here with his wizards and the poison spells and his queen. Bowlers smashed the queen, the enemy queen, and they've now run through 2 air defenses. This is just really good La Loon portion of this raid too, in my opinion. He's moving the balloons along a little faster, and just the way he targets his balloons in is just about perfect. These balloons over here, that's the only balloon that he loses on the initial push in, and he's still got a couple of balloons. He's still got 1 balloon to target that archer tower, and he rages over top of that last air defense. Some of the balloons split. Some go back to take out that bomb tower, which kind of needed to be done because for some reason they ended up skipping that. But the rest of the base is gone. I mean, his golems, he's got a golem that didn't even split yet. He's got both heroes still alive. They're a little low, but plenty of pups running around cleaning up, plenty of balloons, ton of balloons cleaning up. It's a really, really good attack. Good stuff. All right, so anyway, we smashed this clan. They didn't really have a chance to begin with, and it was kind of sad for them. Take a look at the one that we just finished up. Stupid thing. The one we just finished up was against Paraiso Boiz. They were not good either. They couldn't 3-star anything above our top 10. They did 3-star everything 11 and below. But this was one of those clans where their top guy doesn't use all of his attacks. They had 2 Town Hall 10s. This guy and this guy were both Town Hall 10s, and they didn't use their attacks, all of them. And they didn't use any of their attacks for 3 stars, although this guy did disconnect on his attack against me. Sucks for him. Other people left. Apex there, he left before the war was over. They had another guy that left too. Either they left or got kicked, whatever. But anyway, wanted to take a look at 2 quick attacks. First one was Mad Hatter on his cleanup attack, number 14. I thought this was kind of cool, more air stuff, but notice that this is not a Go La Loon. This is not even even a traditional La Loon. He's going to zap Quake 1 air defense and then run through the rest of them, kind of in a clockwise direction. I believe he starts with the bottom one, and his goal was to end up on this last one. He knows there's a collection of Teslas around the queen and that empty space around the queen, and he's going to queen pop, so he's trying to aim for. Queen pop is where your balloons, as they're destroying defenses, they end up, as they approach the last air defense, they end up killing the queen through the splash damage of their bomb drops. It's a cool idea. Hard to kind of, it's hard for me to do, but there are some guys, one guy is a YouTube guy that he does it all the time. I can't remember his name. That's where I first saw it. But this is a good idea. There was a baby dragon and loons, I think, in the clan castle from the initial attack, and so he put a loon in just to pull the baby dragon, knowing that for the rest of it, he doesn't. It's an air raid, strictly air raid. He doesn't care if there are loons in there because they can't target his hounds and his balloons. Yeah, coming in at the bottom, air defense first with the max hound and then one of his own, and he starts to run, like I said, in that clockwise direction, targeting defenses. He has another hound coming in over here, and I believe he has one more. Yep, it's going to come in from the top. But Rage, take a look at how the queen goes down. She's full health right now, right? And she's shooting pups out of the air, hand over fist. But he speeds up his balloons, hastes them along. Watch this. Queen is right underneath the balloons. Bam. She's damn near dead. You can see her health. I mean, she can't take any more damage without dying. That's the idea of the queen pop. Hard to do because getting it lined up right and everything. But then those balloons are going to kind of go along, and they're going to finish off that air defense. And I believe he has a hound. Yeah, he has a hound right there. And when it pops, a couple of pups are on the queen. Boom, she's dead. And then the rest of it is just clean up. And the idiot has a level 6 troll Tesla in the corner. He's going to go over and crush that. But this was, like I said, a cleanup attack. So he knew some of the stuff, like where the Teslas were. He knew that the queen would be standing in the middle of a bunch of defenses. So that was the idea with the queen pop. Really, really cool attack. It's a risky attack. But Mad seems to be pretty good at it, and he runs it. He ran kind of the same thing with his first attack. It didn't work quite the way that he wanted it to the first time. It still was a 3-star, but the balloons didn't kill the queen quite the way he wanted. Last attack to take a look at real quick from our 2-war recap was Moss's second hit, cleanup attack, and I don't know. This was one of those deals. Mitch hit base number 1, which was a very high level base. And oops, take a look at the base real fast. Mitch hit this first, and stuff went weird directions on him. I think one of the things that Mitch missed, and I missed too until I saw his replay, there is a gap in this wall right here. So whenever he puts stuff down, some of it walks into the base that he didn't expect that to happen. So he's had stuff kind of going every which direction. I mean, it's a pretty high level base, a pretty heavyweight base, near max. I mean, you got max Town Hall 10 max wizard towers. The Inferno towers are level 3. He has the level 3 expos. All of his splash is maxed out. Some of his cannons are upgraded, and some of his archer towers are upgraded. Pretty high level base, tough base, and what we did was we went after the rest of the map cleaned up super fast. And I forgot to kind of show you, Moss had the 6-star war. Let's see who else. There was so few 6-stars because there were so few bases left. I mean, our first attacks were just so efficient. And so we sent for Nereus. Nereus went for a 2-star on base number 1. Neo had 6 stars. Mad Hatter had 6 stars. Caleb's really kind of he's hitting these low level 9s and doing it really, really well. Mad Junior again with 6 stars. I mean, again, not a ton of 6 stars, but just because there was so many first hit 3 stars. But last thing. With Nereus went in first and hit base number 1 and got us the 2-star. So then we could start trying to 3-star it. Well, after that, Mitch had gone in first and got the 1-star. Like I said, things went weird directions. High percentage too, 82%. But after Nereus, I sent Keelan in, and I actually did worse than a Town Hall 9 hit, so I was a little kind of pissy about it. Sort of embarrassing. I shouldn't have used the valks, and I'd planned on using bowlers originally, and I didn't. Bronco actually hit 94%, was a great attempt, and just missed. But then the hit that Moss put together is just, it really, really. This was kind of what I sort of had thought about doing, but I definitely wouldn't have had quite the composition, I don't think, and I definitely wouldn't have executed it as well as what it seems like Moss does. He's really on fire lately. I'm going to speed up here at the beginning for the funnel. You can see the goal was to put Giant down to try to pull the CC. Baby up here to funnel. He's got a baby dragon and a bunch of loons. The loons died to the poison spell, so he didn't have to worry about them. He did rage up his queen. He went ahead and put in Golem and a bunch of bowlers. The bowlers actually are going to move towards the top, which is perfect. That's what he needs. And then he drops in a bunch of giants. Nereus actually would have done better on this attack if it hadn't been for the fact that he didn't get the full lure. He didn't lure the baby dragon out, so the baby dragon kind of ate his troops up pretty good. But anyway, his bowlers get in here to the core, and they're smashing stuff in the core. He's got the second Inferno Tower starting to target his giants, and see, that's all the giants were for, was tanking. He's got this baby dragon down here still alive. It's still going. It finally dies. But now he's got bowlers or healers on his bowlers in the core, and his king's still alive. And so rages stuff up, and he's going to freeze that Inferno Tower. I think he meant to grab the Expo as well, and he just barely missed. You can see he just missed by like half a tile or something. But the bowlers go ahead and finish off the Inferno Tower. Unfortunately, his healers are seeking air mines. And his healers are stupid, and they switched over to the Archer Queen instead of the troops that are in the core actually doing what they need to do. But he's got a minion still on that camp. That minion lived the entire raid. And he, unfortunately, just about loses his queen, or is about to lose his queen, but pops the ability and is able to get in there, and Expo only needed a couple more shots. Great attack. Perfect, good timing on the various phases of it. It's a really nice attack. So Moss is really tearing it up lately with his attacks. So kudos to Warriors. We're gonna it seems like we're finding replays that are either Moss or Nereus every single war. It's not intended, and we usually like to kind of keep it away from sort of variety, a little bit of variety. But I mean, when some of the coolest and most unique attacks are, from the same person, hey, that person's, hitting on all cylinders. I guess you got to kind of stick with it. Anyway, current war, it doesn't look good. I got to be honest. This is, I think, a South Korean clan. And keep in mind, we've got 4 Town Hall 10s. Mitch and Moss did drop their Inferno Tower, so they're true Town Hall 10s now. Keelan and Bronco, me and Bronco, we're still 9.5. We then have, I think it was 10 Town Hall 9s. We have 3 8.5s, and then round out the rest of it with 8s. Take a look at the other side. They have 7 Town Hall 10s and a Town Hall 11 up at the top. By the way, the top 4 have Inferno Towers. This is such a bullshit war. It's ridiculous. Then move down a little further. Oh, look, there's another Town Hall 11. Oh, look, there's another Town Hall 11. 2 of them that are hiding down here at the bottom. This is a fully engineered clan. They're a bunch of pansies. They can't war in a legitimate way, So what do? They try to match up with clans like ours and beat them. Their war stats look terrific because they engineer the hell out of their roster. When you take a look at, they have a public war log. Hey, look, they had a perfect war last war. Probably because the other clan was a real clan, not a bunch of pansy ass engineers. Their losses, I'm sure, are against engineered clans. Either that, or they've gotten the buzzsaw a couple times and they've pulled a bunch of Town Hall 11s because they're crap that they do. It's a joke. You know, we're not likely to have a chance in this one. We know that. We don't quit our wars, though. We always go for it. And if they clear the entire map, which they very easily should, they have 8 Town Hall 11 attacks and 14 Town Hall 10 attacks compared to our 8 Town Hall 10 attacks. They should very easily clear the map. And at that point, if it doesn't look good, hey, we'll just run practice attacks and have a good time, whatever. You know, we're not going to kill ourselves, and we think this is just an aberration. It's just odd timing in the sense that Moss and Mitch just dropped their Inferno Towers last war. So it's just very, very odd timing, and we've kind of got a little worked up about it. And I mean, I was pretty angry, actually. I was exceptionally angry last night when I saw the match. But it is what it is. Can't get too bent out of shape about it, I guess. So it's going to be what it is. We're where we are. We'll see how this one turns out. I'll show you some of the bullshit attacks after it's all said and done. How's that? Sounds like a plan? All right. Y'all have a good one.